Every November, hundreds of writers across the country participate in National Novel Writing Month, or NaNoWriMo, to challenge themselves to write a 50,000-word novel in 1 month. We spoke to TJ students to see how they tackled the challenge this past November. Freshman Aileen Zhao talks about how she got into NaNoWriMo and her inspiration for her novels.
I found out about it online. A lot of times from books and like shows that I like, but also I think in eighth grade or seventh grade, end of seventh grade, start of eighth grade, I got into Dungeons and Dragons live play shows, and all of the character arcs and narratives were pretty much completely improvised, but they developed super well, and I wanted to kind of write something character driven like that.
Junior Lily Walters elaborates on this concept, explaining what creative writing means to her and how she gets her inspiration.
For creative writing, it's definitely a form of expression to me because, of course, as an art, it is naturally just very expressive. I feel like it's really interesting because you can express so many different ideas, and it's a really good way of de-stressing as well, especially from school and things like that, because you have no expectations, no one is expecting anything of like your writings. I definitely get a lot of inspiration from music, so both like classical music and just pop music. There's a lot you can take from it, like you can just look at a lyric and then be like, oh, that would make a really cool story if I expanded on this.
Lastly, Mrs. Ketchem and Mrs. Henry talk about why they love writing and their process of writing a novel, how the club is going, and hopes for what people will gain from NaNoWriMo.
Much of what draws me to working with teenagers is the same as why I like to write with them, because I like to help figure out who the character or the student wants to be.
Again, what draws me to stories is the universal nature of stories, right? So while our experiences may be vastly different, the underlying message or the theme is something we can all relate to.
With November drawing to a close, TJ's novel writers are bringing a close to their stories, writing in their final chapters. When NaNoWriMo rolls around again, consider taking up this challenge. What stories will you tell?